Hello! Today I'm going to be giving you a tour of Borderline BBS, which is the only BBS anywhere in the world right now running on a Commodore 64 computer and accessible the old-fashioned way over a phone line or dial-up. First I'll give you a little tour here. This is a Commodore 64 which we will be using to call the BBS. And right next to it is another Commodore 64, which actually is running the BBS. So we have this one on a standard copper phone line, and this one is actually connected to a Vonage phone line or a VoIP line. And let's see, the BBS, if you look behind there, you can kind of see it. It's a Commodore 1670 1200 baud modem. And up on top of this one here, we have a Hayes smart modem. Now, because we're calling with the Vonage line, the quality of the line isn't actually good enough to even get a decent connection on 1200 baud. At least I haven't figured out how to, so we gotta bump it down to 300 baud. Now over here is an old rotary telephone, which if we plug it in, you will hear that ring when we call the BBS. I'll do that now. There it is. Okay. So first we're going to load up the software. So I have a hard drive connected to the Commodore. I'm going to select partition 40. And then we're going to load the program. Alright. This is our Commodore graphic terminal program called CCGMS. I'm going to go into the options, set it for 300 baud. Now if you don't know what 300 baud is, if you do know what modems are, most of the more modern modems or the higher speed ones that are in computers are 56K BPS. Well, that is 56,000, and we're going to be connecting at 300, so quite a bit slower. I'm going to send an ATZ command to the modem to reset the settings. ATM1L1 will turn on the modem speaker so you can hear it connect. L1 sets it for the lowest volume. This Hayes smart modem has a very loud speaker, even in the lowest volume is kind of loud, so but you'll still be able to hear it. And then we're going to dial the BBS. Now with the Vonage line, I started out with a *99. That actually cancels the Vonage broadband saver feature, makes the connection usable at 300 baud at least. Insert a space, pause, comma for pause, and then the number for the BBS is 951-652-1690. You just heard the phone ring. And the other computer has sensed the connection. We've connected. There we go. Our extremely fast 300 baud speed. Yes, we are using a... Now every once in a while you see a little glitch that where it says OK, that should be Y/N, and it came out Y/ and a little graphic character. And this is what 300 baud looks like. Pretty slow, but it gets the job done. Now we're going to log in with user number 2. It's actually a user I set up for my son, but I just want you to see what a regular user would experience logging in. On the other computer, everything that's showing on the one I'm on is also displaying over here on this one. So I'll start out by showing the menu. There are all the available commands. Start out with the bulletins. It's the message section of the BBS. There's 6 different bulletin areas. Let's go to the classified ads. What I'm doing here is listing all the messages that are currently in this particular bulletin. And let's say we just want to read the last one. We'll read single message, message 8. And we're not going to reply to that. So that's what messages look like. If we wanted to, we could post a message here. I'm going to go back to the main menu. The C command is to chat. Now when I press this, as soon as I press this, because I have it marked that I'm in, the BBS computer is this. It's these sounds and the borders flashing, so that way if I'm listed as available and in another room, I'll be able to hear this. Meanwhile, on the user end, they don't hear anything. But if I go ahead and break in, it'll look like that. The sound will stop, and it'll say, "Hi, what's up?" And I can type on the BBS computer. I can type "hi" on my screen, and you see on the user screen, whatever I type, it's coming through. Type "hi" back on this one, and that goes up there, and also over there. So we can have a live chat, talk about anything we want to. Then when I'm done chatting on the BBS computer, I just press the F7 button to exit, and it'll come up on the user side. It just says chat's over. You go back to the main menu. Next command on the list is D, download ASCII. It's a little misleading, but basically what that is a text file area. Lists all the available text files, and you can pick one to view. I'm going to view number 4. That's a relatively short one. This is a file that someone made at one point, itemizing what it cost them to run a BBS for over a 4-year period. A little over $10,000 for 4 years. Of course, electricity has gone up quite a bit since then. Alright, next one on the list is email. E, can send a private message. I'm going to go ahead and send one. Whoops. Oh. Let's reset that. Typed it in wrong. Well, this is what the message looks like when you type in something. Type whatever you want to. When you're done, just press return on a blank line. You can list the message, make sure that what you think you typed is what is actually there. There's some other commands. Show them to you here. Continue, edit, list, save, wipe out. Let's just start over. And abort. I'm just going to go ahead and save this. Back to the main menu again. F is feedback. That's same as email, just to send a private message directly to the sysop or system operator. G is the games area. There's a bunch of games there. I'm not going to show that because it takes a while to load it, and I don't want to keep you waiting. H is help. It's a text file that lists a bunch of useful commands. I is info. L is list members. Let's do that one. This shows a listing of all the members and the date that they last called. You see the date here is in a year, month, day format. So there we have it. Currently have 8 users. What else here? M is for modem speed. We're not going to change that. N is news reprint. That will actually reprint the news file, which I just have a file up there telling people what access level they have. O is ordering instructions. That used to be a file that would show the address of the author of this program and how much it costs. Now I just have it set to show the website of this BBS and where people can go ahead and download the software. P is for punter transfers. This BBS software supports punter and X modem. Those are two file transfer protocols that were most common used by Commodore computers. Punter is basically a Commodore only protocol. So that brings us to here. Here's our menu. I'm going to go ahead and list the files. It just shows the directory and what files are available to download. Now you see it paused there. That's because I also use this drive for the text files and the bulletin files, so it has to skip over those. There's a bunch of utilities, Commodore utilities I have up there for people to download. There's that, and if we wanted to download something, we press D. If we want to upload a file, press U. We're going to go ahead and abort back to the main menu one more time. Let's see, what commands do we have left? S is system info. That shows a file that I have that shows hardware and software that you're using here. And again, I give people the website where they can download the software if they want to. T shows our time online. Been online for 12 minutes, 24 seconds so far. W reprints the welcome message. That was that graphic from the beginning. Now these Commodore graphics, you have to have a Commodore, well the color too, you have to have a Commodore graphic terminal program in order to see these. So someone that's calling with another computer, it would all be straight monochrome text calling in, but this was the neat thing about the Commodore computers, they could show these color and graphics. What else do we have? Your status, Y. Shows the number of credits, security level, and username. Now this last one, Z, zoom to ASCII. That is going to change it to ASCII mode. Now you see everything, the case is reversed now. But if I press F8 on this computer, it's going to switch over to ASCII terminal. And now you can see what it looks like for an ASCII user. The command menu, which is all colorized. But you can still see the color over on the BBS computer. But over here, we're just seeing a plain old ASCII text. And we're going to press Z again to go back to color. And that's it. That's all the commands. So now we're going to abort the system. We're done here. We're going to log off. Yes, we do want to abort. No, we're not going to leave feedback. Copyright 1987. Gives us the option to leave a one-liner for the next caller. I'm going to say no to that. And it disconnects us. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed my little video here. Making this basically for show people that aren't able to call in themselves what it would look like. Not everyone these days has a modem and a phone line that they can call in with, so that is a quick tour of Borderline BBS. If you do have a modem and a phone line and you'd like to give it a call, that number again is 951-652-1690. We'll talk to you later.